Hi everybody, my name's Alyssa and welcome to Sunday Saturday. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to any of you who like football or watch the Super Bowl. I know my my dad loves football and I'm not too big of a fan of football, but I love Super Bowl Sunday because my mom makes really good food and she's making buffalo chicken dip right now, which is my favorite. Um, but anyways, yeah, so I'm wearing a hat right now because my hair looks really bad and I'm not going anywhere today, so I just didn't want to like get dressed up or anything or fix my hair. But yeah, so I don't know if any of you saw my audition video, but I had blonde hair then. I have brown hair now. And also a lot of things have changed since my audition video. I'm not doing public school anymore. I'm doing online school because with just being sick and everything, it worked so much better, and I'm getting all A's now in online school because, I show up every day, or if I can't show up or if I just want to sleep, they record the classes. So then once I feel better, like maybe later in the day, I could go back and I could look at the classes. But yeah, I was doing really bad in regular school, and now online school has worked out so much better. And another thing that's changed since my audition video, I got diagnosed with Lyme disease, and I did make another video about that diagnosis, but you guys probably, I don't know if you know of my channel. I'll leave it probably down in the comments below. Sorry, I'm playing with a pen here. But yeah, I'll just leave, it's Naturally Alyssa, that's my YouTube channel name, so I'll just leave it down below. In the section, the, detail section, I don't even know what it's called. Okay, but anyways, I've been not doing that well lately. I decided I wanted to go off of my Florinef and my beta blocker. When I went to go see the Lyme disease doctor, I told him I was on Florinef, and he just shook his head like, oh gosh, you shouldn't be on that because I guess it lowers your antibody levels. I think it's also a prednisone, which it hides a lot of your symptoms. So it did hide a lot of my symptoms, like my headaches and my dizziness, and which was a good thing. And now they're back, and a lot of other symptoms are back, have come, like shaking and tremors and the dizziness and headaches. But I just didn't wanna. I just kind of wanted to. I live with it, I guess, because I just don't want to live with taking medicine for the rest of my life. And I got off the beta blocker too, which when I walk up the steps, my heart races more than normal, and it kind of turns black a lot, when I stand up. More than that used to happen to me too, but more than often, and I just felt like the beta blocker wasn't helping, which now that I'm off of it, I see that it was, but it wasn't helping all the way, where I wasn't experiencing any heart racing problems. But again, I just wanted to get off of it because I just was so tired of taking medicines every night, and I'm still taking medicines, and my plan is to get off all my medicines, hopefully, and because I'm going to be starting antibiotics for the Lyme disease, and I'm going to see how that works out and everything. Um, but I went to California to visit my friend. She's my best friend, and she moved to California when I was in 4th grade. So, I visited her before by myself, back in 2009, the summer of 2009, and I just visited her back in December, and I stayed till January 7th, and it was really fun. It was so good to see her because I hadn't seen her in almost 3 years, and it was pretty awesome. I had a lot of fun, but I wanted to talk about, like, how I went to Disney. We went down to Los Angeles, and she lives up in Sacramento, and we went down to Los Angeles, and I went to Disneyland, and I loved going to Disneyland. I loved all the rides and everything, but it was just awful, the walking. We went for 2 days to Disneyland, and the first day I was miserable, and because of all the walking, like, because Disneyland isn't as big as Disney World, but it's still pretty big, and just walking across the whole park to everywhere, I had to sit down, like, tons of times, and I just felt really bad for my friend because I felt like I was holding her back. But, I mean, when I got back to the hotel room that day, I just crashed. But, you know, I had to, like, stick through it because I love Disneyland. I love Disney. I love everything about Disney. And I just had to get through it. I met, you know, some of the Disney princesses, and that was fun. But just the walking, it was awful, and I told myself, like, I need to do something about this. Like, I hope once I get on the treatment for Lyme disease, like, this is going to go away. Probably not for another 2 years or 3 years, but I still just hope it's going to go away. But the next day I did not feel good, probably because from all the walking the day before. But we actually went to go see the Hollywood sign that day, and then we went to Disneyland, Disney World's in Florida, Disneyland's in California. But we went to see the Hollywood sign, and then we went to Disneyland later that day. And, you know, we did a lot of walking down in Hollywood. We went to Hollywood Boulevard, saw all the stars, you know, which is really cool, but it was just awful, the walking. It was so hot, and, I mean, I've been in hot weather like that before, but because of all the walking I did the day before, I just felt like I needed to just lay down and rest. But, yeah, my friend's mom went with us to Hollywood, and my friend and her mom were, like, walking in front of me the whole entire time. I was, like, way farther away from them because I was so slow at walking. It was awful. And then we went back to the hotel, and I put on some warmer clothes because it gets cold there at night in Los Angeles. And then we went to Disneyland. We went on this bus that takes us from the hotel to Disneyland. And it doesn't drop us right off at like the gates to go in. It drops us off at, like, kind of like a bus stop, and then we just, like, the park's, like, kind of like farther, and then we just walk, and I'm just like, oh my god, I cannot do this. And you know, they have guest assistant cards, which the first day I went to Disneyland I used. They have at Disneyland City Hall, and so I used it the first day we went there, and we got to go in front of all the lines, which is really cool. But I wish I would have used it sooner, because when we first got there, I didn't use the guest assistance card because I thought you had to have a doctor's note, but actually you didn't. So we went later that day, and we got to use it for the rest of the day, which was cool because we got to go in front of all the lines. We got to go through the Fast Pass line, and it was really cool. It was like an hour wait. We just had to wait like 10 minutes. But the next day, we knew we were going to use it, but I just knew still, even though we didn't have to wait in the lines that long, that I just couldn't, I just couldn't stand that longer. I couldn't walk that long. So I really didn't want to do this, but they have strollers you could rent out, and wheelchairs, and motorized scooters. And I just told my friend, I'm like, I can't do this. I won't be able to walk today. Like, I'm gonna have to sit down like the whole time. So we went to rent a wheelchair, and we were on the waiting list, and then we went to City Hall to get the guest assistant card, and then they called us back for the wheelchair, and it was really, I don't know, it was good to get the wheelchair because I felt a whole lot better sitting, and we still got to go like in front of the lines. I think there was only one ride that we had to like wait for because all of it was wheelchair accessible. But my friend was really annoyed because she had to push me around everywhere. And she even would say stuff. She was like, oh my gosh, I hate pushing you around. I hate this. And she's like, can't you just get up and walk? And I felt bad, but I couldn't. And I told her, listen, next time we come, I promise, I'll be on the antibiotics and I'll feel better. Which I don't know for sure, but I hope that will be the case. But it was, I don't know, it was bad. I went to Disney World in Florida a couple of years ago when I was in 9th grade, and that didn't even happen. I still was sick then, but you could just tell that it's just getting worse because I couldn't walk at all. And it's sad to say that the wheelchair helped me. I just kind of felt bad for my friend having to push me around. And then she had to go back to the hotel room and tell her mom, I am so sore. I had to push Alyssa around in the wheelchair. And that was really embarrassing for me. Because her mom was confused. She didn't know why. I mean, her mom kind of knows what's wrong, but doesn't really know about POTS or Lyme disease that well. So she didn't really understand. I kind of felt like they thought I was being lazy, which I wasn't. Because I didn't want to use that wheelchair at all, but I just felt like I needed to. So yeah, that was my trip. The rest was, it was fun. It's just down in Los Angeles feeling like that. But yeah, it was pretty good. I'm just hoping next time I go to an amusement park, because I love roller coasters, I love going on all the rides, and the walking, it's awful. Okay, but there's a few questions here that I'm going to answer. Abby wants to know what my New Year's resolution is, and this year I kind of, instead of resolutions, I kind of made goals for myself, and I wrote them down on a piece of paper, and once I'm done with that thing, for example, I needed to get this blood test done for the Lyme disease, and I put down, because it's a serious blood test, and I put down, have to get this test done, and once I got it done, I would cross it off. So I'll just cross it off once I'm done with my goal. So that's what I decided to do this year, instead of a New Year's resolution. Linnea asked, weird symptom you have. I think all my symptoms are weird. For other people, they're probably weird. For you guys, they're probably, probably not weird. They're probably just normal. Let's see. Okay, this doesn't have to do with POTS, but it has to do with Lyme disease. Sometimes from the corner of my eyes, I'll see figures of people. And I know it sounds weird, it sounds like I'm seeing ghosts, like I have schizophrenia or something, but that's not true. I read it, and it is a symptom of Lyme disease, and I'll look, and then the figure will be gone. And it looks like a person, but it's not. It's just my eyes, because your eyes start to get really bad with Lyme disease. And I have noticed, actually, another weird symptom, I have noticed that it's really hard to read, like, something that's close together, and, like, especially reading, like, a chapter book or something, like, the words are just so close together that my eyes just, like, go crazy. So it's really hard, and I have to, like, I never used to have to do this, but I have to, like, point my finger and, like, on the words. So, yeah, like, I have to point my finger, like, I have to follow the words in order to read it good. Christine asks, what are you doing for college? Well, I'm a junior in high school right now, so college is something I'm thinking about. Over spring break, my mom's going to take me to look at colleges, and I'm not sure what college. I think we're going to go to Penn State, which is in Pennsylvania, maybe the University of Pitt. It's also in Pennsylvania, California University, which is also in Pennsylvania, and it's weird because it's called California University. I might look at Ohio University and Kent. I don't know if I already said Kent State. That's in Ohio. And maybe Ohio State. But I'm still looking. My mom's helping me look. But yeah, so I hope I'll get accepted, because my grades are good, but with all the school they miss, they're probably going to look at that. So I hope I get accepted. And then the last question is from Rachel. She has two questions. Can you fall asleep knowing that you're going to fall asleep? And my answer is no, I can't. And I have to be extremely tired. Like, I feel like I have to take some painkillers, which is probably really bad because you can get addicted to those, but I don't do it, but I feel like I need to in order to fall asleep. I have really bad insomnia, and just laying in my bed, knowing that I'm going to fall asleep, like I'm just laying here like, oh, please fall asleep, like I'm bored, and I'm just bored, and I'll daydream about tons of different things, and I'm like, why can't I fall asleep? And then, can you, like, listen to music falling asleep? Actually, I really love listening to music falling asleep, and I used to when I had my iPod, but it broke. My friend broke it, and it shattered. But I used to listen to music all the time, and sometimes I'll just, like, pull up a playlist on hipster.com, I think it's called. I think I said it right, and I'll just play it, but an iPod would be a lot easier, because I'll keep having to, like, restart the songs over. And then my question is, like, have you ever gone to an amusement park before, or, like, just the mall, and have you gotten, like, really tired before, like, at a mall or amusement park, because of just walking so much? And also, like, did somebody with you ever get annoyed with you because you just had to sit down constantly? Because I know that happened to me at the mall before. My friends actually ditched me because I felt horrible, and I had to, like, lay down on one of the couches in the mall, and they ditched me. So yeah, I just want to know, is it really hard for you to walk around for, like, a long time at an amusement park or a mall? So that's my question, and this is actually a really long video, but I just felt like I needed to let you guys get to know me, and since this is my first video for Sunday Someday, I promise in the past I'll make shorter videos, because you guys probably don't want to watch the whole thing, I don't know. But so have a nice week, guys, and I hope you all feel good and are symptom free, like, or at least a little bit symptom free. Okay, well, bye.